What's up, guys? Back again. About to head to the gym, and I just thought I would talk about supplemental training, what Ted Wong used to call supplemental training. He used to talk about it at every seminar and tell us to do it. Every seminar, you need to lift weights, he said. You need to do your calisthenics, he said. You need to do your flexibility work. Well, some things I listened to him pretty good, did the best I could with, and that's one of the things I didn't do very well with. I didn't watch my diet either. Sifu Wong used to give us diet advice because we needed it, and didn't really much listen to that either. But now that I'm up in age, I'm 40 years old, just turned 40 last month. I've developed a lot of issues, a lot of injuries, a lot of imbalances, a lot of real problems in my joints and stuff like that from not keeping them healthy and flexible and strong through supplemental training, fitness training, calisthenics, mainly strength training and flexibility training is what I'm talking about. I used to think I was pretty flexible in my hamstrings and my kicking flexibility and stuff like that. I used to think I was pretty flexible, and I used to think I had pretty, fairly powerful legs and stuff like that. As it turns out, what I had was very stiff hips and very stiff hamstrings, and what I had was a pretty flexible lower back. And I didn't have all that much strength in my legs. What I had was a fairly strong lower back. And boy, did that catch up to me. As you guys that train with me on a regular basis know, I had to stop sparring, stop rolling, grappling, stuff like that. It's been a good couple of years now. I can't do it anymore. Everything just piled up and gave out at once. And all those imbalances in flexibility and strength caught up with me. I've got some significant degenerating issues in my lower back and bulging disc, and that's just me. You guys that know Sifu Hitchcock know what he's been through with his back, and it's pretty much probably a lot of the same thing. We thought that just getting in there and hitting pads and rolling and sparring and all that several times a week would keep us fit, and to a degree it did. You know, it staved off a lot of the overweight, a lot of the weight issues that started piling up once I couldn't train anymore. I had to start going to the gym because of that, and also to keep this body functioning halfway decent. But what was I saying? Anyway, a lot of these degenerative issues could have been, I don't know if they could have been avoided, but they could have been at least put off had I done a little more actual supplemental training like Sifu Wong told us to, and got in there and kept my legs good and strong, and all this fighting out of one stance that we do, you need to pick one stance, you need to pick one alignment, and you need to work from that stance and work from that alignment and get very, very good at that particular skill set, we believe, before you start changing, switching stances and stuff like that. It's much better to be pretty darn good in one stance than mediocre in two stances. But what that does is give you a lot of flexibility and strength imbalances, and that can cause really wreak havoc on your general health level, as it were, or whatever you want to call it, health in general, as you get older. So you guys get your asses in the gym, lift some weights, make sure you do your stretching after your workouts, Do your stretching, during the day and stuff like that, and stick with it, because if you don't, it's going to bite you in the ass.